Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to quickly change out a burnt out range hood light. I'll show you how to remove it, how to identify what it is. I'll give you the designations of what they mean for the type of bulb that you're going to need, and then I'll also show you how to reinstall that into the range hood. Now before you try to take those out, it's always smart to turn off the lights first, even if they are burnt out, just to make sure there's no electricity going to the outlet. There's typically two types of bulbs that are used in this application here. They look pretty much the same from the front, so you can't really tell what you have until you pull it out of there, but it's usually either a GU5.3, which has push pin connectors, or a GU10, which has twist and lock connectors. I'll take these out of here though, and I'll show you the ones that I have in my installation. So first thing I need to do is get this little cap off of here, which is preventing me from taking the bulb out. So you're usually just gonna give it a quarter turn and then it should pop out of there. There's just these little ridges here that connect into this up here, and then when you twist it, it locks it behind that spot right there. Now you shouldn't need to mess with any screws whenever you're taking this out, but the two ways to take it out, if it is a GU 5.3, you're just gonna firmly pull down on it, and there's a couple of pins in there that are gonna be what's holding it in place. If it's a GU10, then you're gonna need to push, turn counterclockwise about a quarter turn, and then drop down. I can tell in mine, I'm not able to actually push it up at all, so I know that it must be the GU 5.3 kind. So I'll go ahead and pull that out of there. You have to pull fairly firmly on it to get it out, so don't be afraid that you're gonna break it, but there it comes. So now I can for sure confirm this is the GU 5.3, which just has these two little push pin connectors there. But you can kind of see up there in the socket, it's just those two little holes in the middle is what these are connecting into. Now in your case, if you don't happen to have what looks just like this, take a look at the bulb and it should tell you on it what the bulb type is. If I try to get you in a little bit better light, I can see that it does say GU 5.3 20 watt right there. So I know that's what I'm gonna need in order to replace this. All right, so now that I got the old one out of there that wasn't working, I've got a couple of replacements that I bought here that should be compatible with this one. One of these is the newer LED bulbs, you can tell because it's got the little yellow dots there. And then I also have an older one that really is the same technology that was in there, which is a halogen, which you can tell because it's got that little bulb that's in the center. So the reason that I got both of these is because with these range hoods, they do have an electronic transformer in them, and sometimes those get a little bit finicky if they don't have the right amount of watts that they're expecting. So the old one that was in there, and if you can see it on there, it says 20 watts. Hard to tell with the small print, but these ones are truly 20 watts here because they're halogen. But the new LED ones, these are actually only 5 watts of power, and as you can see on there, it says they're a 50 watt replacement. So they'll output as much light as a 50 watt halogen bulb would have output, but it's only 5 watts. So now for the transformer, because I had 2 of them, it's expecting 40 watts of bulb, but it's only getting 10 if I use 2 of these LEDs. So I have a little bit of concern on that. And then the other thing that I've seen issues with in the past is that the actual overall size of the bulb is a little bit taller with the LED ones, and that can cause issues with getting the cover or the cap back on after you install the bulb. But just to give you a little bit more information on the bulbs and the different information on here in case you're looking for this for yourself. So these are 12 volt bulbs. Again, that's why a transformer is needed, because the normal power is 120 volts and it needs to get that down to 12 volts for these bulbs. And this one here's a 3000 Kelvin, which is also known as soft white. So that's the color of the bulb, or the color temperature of the bulb. So since these are soft white, they're not going to be that warm white, very amber color. They're gonna have a little bit of that, but they're gonna be closer to white. But they're not gonna be so bright white that they're gonna look like surgical white lights. The higher this number goes, the whiter and whiter it looks until it starts to turn to even like a little bit of blue. But these ones are an MR16, so that's the shape of the bulb, the overall kind of form factor of it. So it's merged reflector, And the 16 there is the size, the diameter of the actual bulb in eighths of an inch. So 16 would be 16 eighths or 2 inches. That's the diameter of the bulb. And then GU 5.3, the 5.3 is just designating how far apart the pins are in the back in millimeters. So from pin to pin, that's 5.3 distance there. But now we'll go ahead and try to install first the LEDs, because I would prefer to use something that's a little bit brighter and more energy efficient if possible. But if that doesn't work, then we'll do the fallback to the halogen ones. Also, if you happen to have the MR16 GU5.3 like this one here, I will link to the ones that I'm using in the video up here, both the LED one and then the halogen ones up here. Get those opened up. Okay, now I'm just gonna get these new ones installed up there. Just gonna push them back into those center 2 holes for the connectors. Okay, there's one. Okay, there's 2. Okay, now I'm gonna try to turn that on to see if those will actually light up. So you can see I was able to get it to work that first time, but it seems like it's not working very reliably. So that definitely signals an incompatibility with the transformer that's up there. So these ones really aren't going to work for me. Now, in case yours did happen to work with the transformer that's in your range hood, it's still possible that you're going to have another issue when you go to put that cap or that cover back over the bulb. And I'll show you why. If I compare one of these new LED ones with the one that was in there, it's gonna be hard to tell, but if you look from the side here, you can tell that this one is actually a little bit taller. So now it's gonna be sticking out a little bit further. So whenever I go to put this back on there, it may or may not have an issue. So I'm just gonna try to put that on. So I can see here, and you can kind of tell from the video, there's a little bit of a gap there because this ring is hitting the bulb. So if I really tried to force it, I could maybe get it to twist, but I'm actually not able to get it up high enough to twist it over the little lip that's in there. So that's another potential pitfall if you're trying to upgrade to LED. You need to make sure that you're getting one that's the exact same overall height. Some of the LED ones, because they have all the electronics in here that aren't needed for the halogen bulbs, they tend to be a little bit deeper. So keep an eye out for that with yours. Okay, so I am gonna need to open up these halogen ones and give these a try as well. Okay, take this back out of there. Put it in the halogen one. Okay, there's one. There's 2, and then let's give those a shot to see if they turn on better. Try them a couple times just to make sure there's no issue. Okay, so those are working much better. And the last thing is to get these caps back on there. Just make sure there's no issue with those. Okay, that one went up nice and flush, as you can see. And this one over here that was having the issue with the LED, you can see now it's sitting perfectly flush. It's not wobbling like the one was with the LED because it was sticking out there further. But that's pretty much all there is to it. Thank you for hanging on with me till the end there though. But if you got value from this video, I appreciate you giving me a thumbs up. And if you want to be notified of future DIY content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, we'll see you here on the next one.